Hello everyone, today we'll be going through Cambridge IGCSE International Mathematics 060742 October-November 2021. This is paper 4 extended and graphical calculator is allowed in this paper. So let's move to question number 1. Question 1 says A part Stella and Thomas share $200 in a ratio of 11 and 14. So we can write sum of ratios will be 11 plus 14, which is equal to 25. So sum of ratios is this one. Then part 1, show that Stella receives this many dollars. So Stella's share is 11 out of 25 and of 200 total. So this can be um, simplified 11 over 25 and multiply by 200, and this is equal to 88, which we were supposed to prove, and this is 88 which we have done. This was 1 mark question. Part 2, Stella invests her $88 at a rate of 1.5% per year simple interest. Calculate the amount of interest. So amount of interest we need to calculate Stella has at the end of 6 years. So interest is equal to PRT over 100. P is principal amount, R is rate, and T is the time duration. So in this formula we will be replacing principal amount is $88 and rate is $1.5 and duration is 6 years and divided by 100, and this will be simplifying to 88 multiplied by 1.5 and multiplied by 6 over this will be 100, and this is equal to 7.92. 7.92 is the interest rate. Interest basically, not rate. So interest will be 7.92. This is done. Now Urs buys some clothes in a sale. Part 1, he buys a jacket for $22. The original price of the jacket was $25. Calculate the percentage reduction in the price of jacket. So how much is reduced? So this is the newer price minus old price and divided by the newer price, and this will be equal to original price. Sorry, this is original price. So original price minus reduced price divided by the original price, and to calculate the percentage reduction we will be multiplying it with by 100, and this will be giving us answer, which is 25 minus 22 will be 3, so 3 over 25, and this will be multiplied by 100, and this will be equal to 12. So reduction, this is reduction is 12%, which is 3 mark question, which we are done. Now part 2, he buys a shirt for $13.50. This is the price after reduction of 10% of the original price. Calculate the original price of the shirt. So this is reverse percentage question. For reverse percentage question, we don't know the original price. So let original price is X, and the 10% reduction mean 100 minus 10 divided by 100. So this is how we are reducing, and multiply by X will be is equal to, it's given 13.50, and X value will be equal to 13.50 divided by 100 minus 10 over 100 and in brackets, and this will be simplified as 13.50 over this will be bracket, and this will be 100 minus 10 and divided by 100, and bracket is closed, and this is equal to 15. So original price was $15, so we can write here 15. This is 2 mark question which we have done. Now question number 2. Question number 2 says f of x is equal to sine x from 0 to 360. G of x is equal to this one for 0 to 360. Grid is provided, and a part on the diagram, sketch the graph of y is equal to f of x, and this is 2 mark question. So we will be sketching this by the help of what do you call this, graphical calculator. So graphic calculator will be this one. So y is equal to f of x is equal to sine x. So we can type here. I have already typed here sine x, and if we plot the function, this will be the function. And if we check this, so from 0 to 360, and this is 1, so highest value is 1, lowest value is -1, and this one is 360. So this curve I will copy, and before copying we can go through this B part also. And B part says write down the coordinates of the local minimum point on the graph y is equal to f of x. I will show the minimum point also, and then we will be copying the graph. So the graph which we have plotted is over here, and for the minimum we will be checking. This is our minimum value which we can write. Basically this is the minimum value, and this is the minimum value which we have plotted, and it is giving a coordinates 270 and -1. So 270 and -1 will be the value, and now we can capture screen. So this will be copied over here, and this one we can reduce the size, and I'm copying this for your reference so that you can later on refer to this as well. So this is basically the curve, and point is 270 and -1. So if I write 270 and -1. Now the sketching part. For the sketching part, how we will be sketching, we have seen the curve. So 90 is 1. So for 90 we can take, like for example, for our consideration, I'm drawing the line, like for example we can take line like this one. So for 90 it will be this point, and so the curve will be from 0 to approaching to 90, and from 90 to 180 like this one, and then it will be approaching to 270, and 270 will be, I'm just taking the reference, later on we will remove these lines. So it will be like this one, bending like this, and from this it will be going to 360, and I will erase the extra lines which we have drawn, and this will be our required curve. A smoother curve you need to draw, you need to indicate these all these points. So the coordinates of the minimum also we have shown, and this one also we can erase. So this is basically the final curve. We have sketched a part we have done, and plus we have checked the minimum point also, and on the curve also you can check this is 270 and -1, which we have captured from the graphical calculator. Now they are saying part C. Part C says write on the period and amplitude of the graph of y is equal to f of x. So amplitude will be amplitude is basically the extreme value from extreme. It can be extreme positive, like for example this one, or extreme negative. These are amplitudes. So amplitude will be up to 1, this one, and this is also 1. So basically amplitude will be will be 1, and the period is basically the angle from here till one wave is completing. So one wave is completing at 360. So this will the period, and period we can write 360. Hopefully you understood each and everything. Now D part, on the same diagram, sketch the graph of y is equal to g of x. Now on this same diagram, we have to plot the graph of g of x, and g of x is what? G of x is this one, which is sine x square. So sine x square is g of x. We will plot g of x also, so we can see this is this is equal to sine of x squared. So we will plot this function as well, and this is basically the function which we have plotted. And for this function, they are saying uh, this is basically the function which we have plotted, and now they are saying this one we need to write on the range, sketch the function on that one. So we will sketch this in a while on the same grid, but before sketching we can do this one, right on the range, right on the range of f of x. So range of f of x is what? Range is from -1 to 1 for the blue curve. If you check, this is -1 to 1, y values varying from -1 to 1. So we will write f of x is less than equal to 1 and greater than equal to -1. And similarly for g of x will be the red curve. So red curve is from 0 to 1. So we can write g of x, range of g of x, y value is varying from 0 to 1, and these are 1 mark question which we are done with. On the diagram sheet, so before doing this f part, we will sketch the curve, and for sketching what we will do, we will capture the screen and we will copy here, and this is basically the curve which we have captured, and for your consideration I'll resize it for this one, and this is what we are placing over here. Now we can sketch the red curve which is varying from 0 to 1 and 90 and 180. So 0 to 1 and 90 and 180. So it is basically starting from this one. So if I change the color, so I'll take the blue one, and it is basically 90, and this will be up to 180. So it will be varying like this one, and from here it will be turning from 180. I will redraw. It will be like this one, and from here also we can sketch like this, and from 180 to 270 it will be roughly like this point, and this will be moving to this one, and from 360 also it will be running like this. So roughly this is the sketch which we have basically drawn. Hopefully you understood this. Now the shading part, on the diagram, shade the region where sin x is greater than sine square x. So we need to trace the blue curve. In this case it will be blue, so it is greater than this will be for this section, for this one, and we can basically shade this portion. And if we want the x value, so x value will be from this point to this point, or 0 to 180. So shading part, we have done the portion which is basically higher than sin x is greater than sin x square. So this is done. Now we can move to the question number 3, and question number 3 says and the number of members in a social media group increases exponentially at a rate of 5% per month. At the start of the first month, there are 882 members. Calculate the number of members at the end of 10 months and give your answer. So for exponential increase, so we have to provide basically answer correct to the nearest integer. Okay, so for exponential increase, we are using the formula or compound interest formula. You can say A is equal to principal amount into 1 plus rate over 100 raised to power time duration. So this is the same formula which we'll be using here, and this will be equal to principal members or this one 882. So 882 into 1 plus rate is 5%, 5% over 100, and time duration is for 10 months. So 10 here, and we can calculate this. This will be 882 in brackets. It will be 1 plus 5 over 100, and raised to the power will be 10, and this is equal to 1436.685. 1436.685, and we can round to the nearest integer 131437. So 1437, this will be answer for 3 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now part second, um, calculate the number of complete months from the start until the group has 2000 members. So we'll have to check for 2000 members. Same principle, members 1 plus 5 over 100, this is the rate, and time duration. Now we need to calculate for the members. How many members? 200, 2000. So we'll write 2000 on this side and find the value of t. That will be our answer. So the same formula which we have written over here, we are applying again, and now we can simplify this. To simplify this, what we will be doing, we will be shifting this 882 to the other side. So 2000 divided by 882. Algebraic simplification is everywhere, so you need to focus more on algebra so that you will be not facing any trouble in simplification of these type of equations. Now to get the value of t, we can take log on both sides. So log of 2000 over 882 will be equal to t we can write first, and log of 1 plus 5 over 100. And after this, what we can do, we can write t is equal to log of 2000 over 882 and divided by log of 1 plus 5 over 100, and this one we can simplify. We will replace here, this will be log of fraction 200 over 882, and bracket will be closed, over log of 1 plus 5 over 100 over 100, and bracket will be closed, and this is equal to basically we are doing some mistake. It is not 200, it is 2000. If we check, this is 2000, so we will add 0. That's why we are getting negative, because we are doing mistake. So 0 will be added here, and now we are getting 16.78, 16.78, and members will be rough. We can add like round it to 17, and this was 4-mark question which we are done. Now question, the same question B part. The mass of radioactive substance decreases exponentially at a rate of R% per month. At the end of 10 months, its mass has decreased from 500 grams to 242 grams. Find the value of R. Same exponential formula with the decreasing exponentially. So A is equal to P into 1 minus, only difference is this minus. So we write here minus R over 100 raised to the power T. This will be the formula which we'll be using, and we know that starting is 500 grams, so principal weight and 1 minus rate is R. We don't know the value, so R over 100, and time duration is 10 months, so 10, and the final amount is 242, so 242 on this side. Now we need to find the value of R. Now again, this is just simplification, algebraic simplification, so we'll send 500 to other side, so 1 minus R over 100 raised to the power 10. Now we can take, to get rid of this power 10, we will take 242 over 500, we will take 1 by 10 power on both sides, and this will be R over 100, and this power is cancelled, and now we can shift R minus 100 on the other side, so R over 100, not minus, R over 100 will be equal to 1 minus in brackets 242 over 500 raised to the power 1 over 10. Now we can shift 100 to the side, so R will be equal to 100 and multiply by 1 minus, this will be 242 over 500 and raised by 1 by 10, and bracket will be closed, and this one we can simplify by the help of calculator, so it will be 100 in brackets 1 minus again bracket 242 over 500 and raised to the power will be 1 over 2 and bracket will be closed, and this is resulting to there is 1, not 1 over 2, it should be 1 over 10 basically. So 1 over 10, and this is resulting to 6.99966, 6.99966, which we can round to we can round to 7 basically, so 7, so 7 will be the rate, which is for 3 marks, which is done. Hopefully you understood this. Now question number 7 is cumulative frequency curve. The mass of each of 200 potatoes is measured. The cumulative frequency curve shows the results, and this is the diagram provided. Cumulative frequency curve is given, and y-axis we are taking cumulative frequency, and on x-axis they have taken mass in grams. So the question A part 1 is write on the mass of the heaviest potato. So heaviest potato will be which one? To check for the heaviest one, we will check for the extreme value. Top value will be maximum value will be this one, so we have to check the reference basically, and this reference we can check with the x, and this is basically the reference, and this value is 190, so 190 is this reference, so we can provide 190 gram. Our answer gram is already there, so 190. Find the median. Now for the median will be the middle value. Middle of what? Middle of cumulative frequency. This one 200 will be 100, and we will check the reference for 100, and that reference we can draw over this one, and x value we will be checking for x value, and x value I want to draw accurately as possible. So this value is 156. 156 is this value, which we can write over here, 156 grams. Now the third part is interquartile range. So interquartile range, you know, is upper quartile minus lower quartile. So upper quartile we can find 3 by 4th or 75th percentile, or 3 by 4 of 200, and this will be equal to 150. So for 150 we'll be checking the reference, and 150 is over here, and we can check the reference for 150. This will be our upper quartile, or you can write it as Q3 and Q3 minus Q1. So we can draw the line. Basically this will be the reference line for Q3, and we will extend up to the x-axis, and this is the x value, which is 162. So 162 is upper quartile. Now lower quartile will be 25th percentile of the total one, which is 100, and this will be our Q1, and this is equal to 50. So we'll check the reference for 50, and 50 will be 1 2 3 4 5 up to this one, so this will be 50, and this was 70, this was 150 basically. So we can write here 150. Okay, now we can check the reference for 50, and reference for 50 up to the cumulative frequency curve, we can check this is exactly 140. So we'll take upper quartile, which is Q3. Q3 is 162, this one is Q3, and this one is Q1. So 162 minus 140. So we can write Q3 minus Q1, which is equal to 162 minus 140, which is equal to 22. So our answer will be 22 grams, and this was 2-mark question. Find the number of potatoes with a mass greater than 170 grams. So greater than 170 grams, 170 is where we need to check the reference for 170, and 170 reference will be 1 2 3 4 5. 170 reference is this one. This reference is 170. So we can check 170. We have to go to the cumulative frequency curve. We will be reaching to the cumulative frequency curve, and we'll be taking the reference from that one, and this reference we will draw carefully. We'll have to take accurately, and this is basically the 172 is this reference. So 200 is the total one, so this gap up to 172 and 200, we will check 200 minus 172. So 200 minus 172 will be 28, so we can write 28, and this is 2-mark question which we are done. Now B part, this frequency table also shows information about the masses of the 200 potatoes. Calculate an estimate of the mean. Now this is group data. We know these are the ranges provided. Now for example, this 50 people, we don't know what is exact mass of these 50. Maybe all or 100 or 140, more than 100, because 100 is not excluded in this one. So in between 100 and 140, 140 is included in this range. So we will take the mid range for that one. We will take mid range of 100 and 140. This will be 120, and mid range of 140 and 146 will be 143, and mid range of 146 and 162 is 154. You can add, you can use calculator. 146 plus 162 and divide it by 2, you will get 154. So this is how we are calculating the mid-range. So 162 plus 190 and divided by 2, and this is giving us 176. So after calculating the mid-range, we will be multiplying this mid-range by its frequency, and we will write here mean estimate. Mean is equal to 120 multiplied by 50, first one, and plus next is 143 multiplied by 10, plus next is 154 multiplied by 90, plus last one is 167 multiplied by 50 and divided by 200, because there are 200 potatoes, so 200. Now we will be simplifying, and fraction we can take 120 into 50 bracket close, plus next will be 143 into 10, and plus next will be 154 multiplied by 90 bracket close, plus next will be 176 multiplied by 50 bracket close, and whole will be divided by 200, and this is equal to 150.45. So we can write here 150.45. Now this is basically our mean value, and they are asking, so we'll write here 150.45. This is the place to write the answer. And now what we can do, we can just reduce a little so that it should not be disturbing our answer, and our answer is basically here, so we can answer at the proper location. You will have to take care of setting also where you are solving a paper and write on everything properly. So question number 5, A part is transformation question, and P and T triangles are provided, grid is provided. Now part 1, reflect shape T in the y-axis, and this is 1 mark question. Shape T in y-axis, and y-axis is which one? Y-axis, basically y-axis is this one. So we will be reflecting, and the points which we can take this distance is 2 units, so we take 1 and 2 units, so this will be our mark. And one for the second point, this one we have marked. For the second point, we'll take 3 units, so 1 2 3 units, so this will be the second mark. And third one is 1 unit up, so we'll take 1 unit up, and this will be the third mark. And we will be drawing the triangle, and that will be a reflection of the triangle in the line y-axis, and this is done. T we have reflected, and this was 1 mark question. Now translation, second part is translate shape T by vector minus 10 and 5. So minus 10 and 5. So I'll change the color so that you can identify each and everything properly. So minus 10 will be this vertex. We will be shifting minus 10 mean 10 units to the left in x-axis. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So 10 will be this is minus 10, and minus 10 and this is minus 10 and 5. So 5 units up, because 5 is positive, so we can move up 1 2 3 4 and 5. So ultimately we will reach here, so I will erase rest of the working. So this vertex is moved over here. Now we can move the rest of the vertex, which is 3 units, this one base. So 1 2 3, so this will be the mark. I'm erasing the extra working what I'm drawing for your explanation. And this is 1 mark side, so the 1 unit side, so 1 unit on this side. And now we will draw the translated triangle, and translated triangle, you can figure out this is the translated triangle, and we can draw this one over here. This is also done. Now the next part 3, rotate shape T through 90-degree clockwise about the point 20. So tracing paper you can use, that is the easiest approach, and because I'm solving on the screen, so I'll have to use the other method. So rotate shape T through 90-degree clockwise about the point 20. So first of all we will figure out the point 2 and 0. So 2 and 0 is this point. Now we need to rotate, so we will check for this. Clockwise will be 90 degrees, so 90 degree will be this one. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So this will be on x-axis, so I am trying to show. So this will be 90 degree, which we have shown over here, and clockwise also this is rotating clockwise, and this will be 3 units base like this one, and 1 unit on this side, and we can join over here, and this is basically rotated triangle which we are done with. So one point vertex is here and this is done. Then part 4, enlarged shape T with scale factor -2 and center is origin. So 0 0 is the center, and we have to enlarge by scale factor. Scale factor is -2, so it will be on the other side of the center. So to draw the this one, we will draw basically through the center. We will be drawing this vertex, and we can draw carefully like this one. So this will be the one, and the second, from the second vertex also we can draw the line. I'll redraw because it is little away from the center, and this will be, I'll have to rectify, and because of slippery screen it's a little harder, difficult to draw it. Okay, hopefully you're understanding. And next is what? Next is basically the third also vertex we need to draw, and that will be also passing through the origin, and we are drawing that also. So this one we can draw like this. So this is a little out, so I will redraw. This will be redrawn. I will redraw this, and this will be like this one. Now roughly it is correct. Now we can draw the vertices 2 units on this side, because this is 1 unit, so this side will be 2 units in between these two this one lines, and then we are taking basically base is 3 units, so we'll be taking 6 units. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 units, so it will be up to this one. So we can draw this triangle, and hopefully you are understanding. So if I change the color, hopefully for the line I will change the color so that you can understand where is the triangle. So this is basically what I'm trying to do. This is okay, so this is done. Next is 6 units base, which is this one. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, yes, we are on track. So this one. So this is the final triangle which we have drawn, and I will shade this triangle, which is not requirement of the question. I'm shading for your understanding that which is the triangle. So this is basically the triangle which I have drawn with the black boundary line. So this part is also done, and next final part we describe a single transformation that maps shape T onto P. Shape T onto P. So okay, so P is this one and T is this one. So this is it is stretching. This side is 1 unit and this side is 3 units. So stretching by scale factor 3. So we can write stretching by scale factor 3, and in x-axis is not varying, so you can see this length is same as the length of t, so x-axis invariant. So this is done for 3 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now f of x is equal to x squared. They have provided the graph of y is equal to f of x is mapped onto the graph of y is equal to g of x, and by the translation with vector 0 and 2 find the g of x in terms of x. So translation, this type of translation is what y is changing. So change in y is like g of x is equal to f of x plus 2 f of x plus 2, and f of x is what? F of x is x square, so we write x square plus 2, so our answer will be x square plus 2, and this is 1 mark question. Now second part, the graph of y is equal to f of x is mapped onto the graph of y is equal to h of x by a stretch of scale factor 2, and the x-axis invariant, find h of x in terms of x. So stretching part is what we are multiplying the f of x by 2, so it will be 2x squared. So you can write 2 into f of x, which we have written like this. Hopefully you understood this. Question number 6. Question 6 is a part 1, work out this matrix we have to solve. So we can basically multiply this 2 inside, and we will be getting 3 5 minus 2, we can multiply inside, so minus 2 and minus 4, and further we can we can basically join these two, so it will be 3 minus minus 2 and 5 minus minus 4, and this will be resulting to 3 plus 2 and 5 plus 4, and this will be resulting to 5 and 9, and this was 2 more questions which we have done. Now question second part, A is the point 3 5 and C is the point 4 3. Find the column vector that maps the point A onto C. So point A onto C will be what? 4 minus 3, so 4 minus 3 and 3 minus 5, and this will be equal to 1 and minus 2, and this will be the answer. This is 2 marks answer question which we are done. Part 3, D is the point 1 3 and vector from D to E is 3 by 2. Find the coordinates of E. So to find coordinates of E, this will be 3 plus 1. We will be adding these two, 3 plus 1, which will be resulting to 4, and Y value is 2 and 3, so it will be 5. This will be 1 mark question. Working required for this one. 4 part, find the magnitude vector 3 over minus 4, so magnitude of the vector will be 3 minus 3 squared plus minus 4 squared root. This will be the magnitude, and this will be 9 plus 16 under root, which is equal to 25 root, which we can write as 5. So answer will be 5 for 2 marks, which is done. Now B part, P is the point -1 and 6, and Q is the point 3 and 4. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line PQ. So we can consider, like, for example, these are the 2 points. This is P and this one is Q, and perpendicular bisector we can consider, like, for example, this is the perpendicular bisector, and perpendicular bisector coordinates of P are given -1 and 6, and coordinates of Q are also given 3 and 4. So we can find this midpoint, say this is M is the midpoint. So coordinates of midpoint we can write, this will be -1 plus 3 by 2, x coordinates added divided by 2, and y coordinate added by 2, and m will be resulting to 1, and 10 divided by 2 will be 5. So 1 and 5 will be the coordinates of m. Now we got coordinates of m. To write the equation of the line, we require 2 things. Number 1, the point which we have calculated, which is 1 and 5, and now we need the gradient of the perpendicular bisector. Gradient of this line is required, but we will find gradient of PQ, and then we will find the gradient of the perpendicular bisector. So gradient of PQ, m of PQ will be equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Gradient formula we are applying, and we will be writing the values. Y2 will be 4 minus y1 will be 6, so 4 minus 6 divided by 3 minus minus 1, so this will be -2 over 4, which is -1 by 2. So gradient will be -1 by 2 for PQ. So gradient of the perpendicular will be reciprocal and change sign of -1 by 2, which will be 2. And now we have gradient of the perpendicular and midpoint. So perpendicular is perpendicular bisector is passing through M1 and 5. Now we can write the equation, and equation will be what? Equation will be y minus y1 is equal to m perpendicular into x minus x1. So y minus m, we will be taking the coordinates of m. So y minus 5 is equal to gradient of perpendicular bisector and x minus x value from m. So this will be resulting to y is equal to 2x minus 2 and plus 5, and this implies y will be equal to 2x plus 3, and y is equal to 2x plus 3 will be final answer for this 5-mark question. Now second part, find the coordinates of the point where the perpendicular bisector in part B crosses the x-axis. So now we have equation of the perpendicular bisector, y is equal to 2x plus 3. Now as it is mentioned that crosses the x-axis, crosses the x-axis mean, so at x-axis y will be equal to 0, y will be equal to 0. So this implies 0 is equal to 2x plus 3. So 2x will be equal to minus 3. So x will be equal to minus 3 by 2, which we can write as minus 1.5. So x value will be minus 1.5 and y value will be 0, which we have taken over here. So it will be 2-mark question. This is clear. 7. Question number 7 is simultaneous equation question. The cost of newspaper is P dollars, cost of magazine is M dollars, the cost of 3 newspapers and 5 magazines is 13.3. So 3 newspapers are P, which they have mentioned, and each newspaper is P, so 3P. plus 5 magazine, which is m, so 5m is equal to 13.30. So this will be our one equation, and for the second equation the total cost of one newspaper and 7 magazines. So one newspaper and 7 magazines is 15.90. So we can basically simplify. This will be, now simultaneously we need to solve. So to equalize the coefficients of p, we will multiply the second equation by 3, and this will be multiplied by 3. This implies 3p plus 21m is equal to 15.90 multiplied by 3, and this is equal to 47.7. And the second equation we will copy here. First one, basically this equation I'm copying, 3p plus 5m is equal to 13.30. This one we need to subtract, to change sign and cancel. This will be cancelled. 21 minus 5 will be 16m. So 16m is equal to 47.5 minus 13.30, and this will be equal to 34.4. So m value will be equal to 34.4 divided by 16. So divided by 16 will be resulting to 2.15. So this will be m value which we got, and we can write here 2.15. Now to find the value of p, we can replace in any of the original equations. I'm replacing in second one. So p plus 7m is equal to 15.90, and in this one we will be replacing m is equal to 2.15. So p plus 7 into 2.15 is equal to 15.90. So p is equal to 15.90 minus 7 into 2.15, and this will be resulting to 15.90 minus 7 into 2.15, and this is resulting to 0.85. So 0.85 will be p value, which we can provide over here, and this was 5-mark question which we are done. Now the question number, it's the same question, b part says diagram is not to scale. The area of a rectangle is equal to area of square. Find the value of x. Now area, how we are finding area? We are multiplying length into width. So area will be, we will be multiplying x into x plus 1 for area of rectangle. For area of square, we will be writing 2x minus 1 into 2x minus 1, and we will be multiplying. We are equalizing by the condition of the question that area of rectangle is equal to area of square. So now we can multiply. So open brackets, x square plus x is equal to 2x into 2x will be 4x squared, then 2x multiplied by minus 1 will be minus 2x, and minus 1 multiplied by 2x will be minus 2x, and minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 will be plus 1. Now we can send these also to other side. So 4x squared minus these two we can combine. So minus 4x plus 1 and minus x squared minus x is equal to 0. Adding the like terms, x squared will be resulting to 3x squared, and minus 4x minus x will be minus 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now this is basically the quadratic equation which we can solve by factorization, and we will use factorization. A is 3, b is minus 5, and c is equal to 1. So x is equal to minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This is the formula in which we are replacing. So minus b mean minus this one, and plus minus b square mean minus 5 square, minus 4 into 3 into c will be 1 divided by 2a. So 2 into 3, this will be the, now we can find the x1 value, two values, we will find x1 and x2. So x1 will be positive value we can take for x1, and we will be taking negative value for x2. So minus 5 this one, and plus, and next will be root of minus 5 squared, and minus 4 into 3 into 1. I'm writing everything for your understanding, and this will be 2 into 3 will be 6, and this is equal to this one. If we take the decimal value, it will be 1.43. So 1.43 is one answer which we can provide. We will check for the second answer. So second answer, if we go back and change plus to minus in the quadratic formula, this plus I'm changing to minus, and this will be resulting to 0.23. So x2 value is 0.23, but if we check, this is x plus 1, so this value will be always more than one value, so we are adding something, so x cannot be less than 1, because if it is less than 1, this multiply by this value will give you less than 1 answer, so which will not be acceptable. So we are rejecting this value, we are not taking this value. So we have solved and written over here, I mean, like we have crossed this, or we can even write this as basically we can even write here rejected also. Question number 8, a part f of x is given, g of x is given, and h of x is also given. Part 1, find f of 3. So to find f of 3, we'll be replacing 3 in this one. So f of 3 will be equal to 3 into 3 minus 2, which will be 9 minus 2, which is equal to 7. So 7 will be our answer for this one. Now b part, h of f of 3. Now f of 3 is 7, so we can write h of f of 3 will be equal to h of 7, which is equal to, we will replace in this h of x 1 over 7 plus 1, which is equal to 1 over 8. So our answer will be 1 over 8 for this 1 mark question. And for second part, find f of g of x in its simplest form. So f of g of x, we can write it as f of g of x is 5x minus 1, so 5x minus 1. So we will be replacing 5x minus 1 in f of x. So it will be 3 into 5x minus 1 and minus 2. And this will be 15x minus 3 and minus 2. So this will be 15x minus 5. And we can write here 15x minus 5. And this will be our answer for 2 marks. Now we can solve this. So f of x is equal to g of x. So f of x is 3x minus 2. So we can write here 3x minus 2 is equal to g of x, which is 5x minus 1. And now we have to solve this. So we will send 3x to other side, and we will get 5x minus 3x, and we will send minus 1 to other side, so minus 2 plus 1. So 2x is equal to minus 1. So x is equal to minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 will be our final answer for this 2 mark question. Next part, find g inverse of x. Now g of x we will write, and this one we will write as y. and g of x is what? G of x is 5x minus 1. So 5x minus 1 in this equation will make x as subject. So 5x will be equal to y plus 1. So x will be equal to y plus 1 over 5. And now what else we can do? We can swap y and x. So y is equal to x plus 1 over 5. And this will be our x inverse value, which we can provide over here for 2 marks. Now we have to simplify. And simplify what? Simplify 2h of x. H of x is equal to 1 over x plus 1. This is our h of x. So 2 of h of x will be what? 2 of h of x will be this one, x plus 1. 2 into 1 over x plus 1 and plus h of x plus 1. So we will replace x by x plus 1 in this one, and we will get 1 over x plus 1 plus 1, and this one we can rewrite it as, we will rewrite here, so this will be 2 over x plus 1 and plus this will be 1 over x plus 2. We can take LCM will be x plus 1 into x plus 2, and this 2 multiplied by this one we will write here, so it will be 2 into x plus 2, and then the middle sign will be copying, and 1 multiplied by this one, so 1 into x plus 1, and then we can basically open the brackets in the numerator, so it will be 2x plus 2, 2x plus 2, 2x plus 2, and plus this one 1x mean x, so x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2, and this will be simplified to 3x plus this will not be 2, this 2 multiplied by 2 will be 4, so 3x plus 5 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2. This will be the final answer which we can provide, and this is done for 4 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now g of x is equal to 5 raised to power x. So find the value of x when g of x is equal to 1 over 5 root 5. So now we can combine these two equations. So it will be 5 raised to power x is equal to 1 over 5 under root 5. And this 1 over under root 5 we can write 5 root 5 raised to the power minus 1 when we shift denominator to numerator, and then we can write this will be 5 root 5 will be 5 raised to power 3 by 2, so minus 1 will be multiplied, so it will be minus 3 by 2. Now bases are same, so we can leave the bases and powers can be compared or equalized, so x is equal to minus 3 by 2 or minus 1.5, so minus 3 by 2 will be our answer for 1 mark. And find j inverse of x. Now for j inverse of x we can, this is a 2 mark question, so we can write y is equal to, which is g of x, 5 raised to power x. Now we need to make x a subject. To make x a subject, we'll take log on both sides. Log of y is equal to log of 5 raised to power x. This power we can write first, so it will be x log of 5 and log of y. And now we can make x as subject, so x will be equal to log of y over log of 5, and now we can basically swap x and y, so y will be equal to log of x over log of 5, so this will be our final answer, log of x over log of 5. This will be the final answer for 2 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now question number 9 is sequence question. It is saying complete the table for each sequence, and keep in mind this is 9 marks question. Heavy marking for this one. So A is 7531. We have to give the fifth term also. So we are getting the next term by subtracting 2. So minus 2, and 1 minus 2 will be minus 1, and the formula will be what? Formula will be, we can find the formula basically, a n is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is a linear sequence. So we can, a is 7 plus n minus 1 into difference is minus 2, and this will be 7 minus 2 n plus 2. So this will be 9 minus 2n. This will be the formula, 9 minus 2n we can provide over here. Now for B, sequence B, if we check, the difference is basically adding 5, we can add basically 9, and then this one will be adding 11, and this one is adding 13, and it means 9, 11, 13, and next we will be adding 15. So 49 plus 15 is what? Is 64. 49 plus 15 is equal to 64. Now this formula we need to find basically, and that formula, how we can find, we can write the sequence, which is, I'm copying this sequence, 16, 25, 36, 49, and 64. So this difference is 9, then this one is 11, this one is 13, and this one is 15. Now the second order difference will be 2, 2, and 2, and we know for quadratic sequences we are writing the second order difference as 2a. So 2a will be equal to 2, so a will be equal to 1. So a value will be 1. Now we are writing first order difference as 3a plus b. So 3a plus b is equal to 9. A value is 1, which we already found. So this will be b is equal to 9 minus 3, which is equal to 6. So b value is equal to 6. This is also we found. Now we know that a plus b plus c is equal to the first term, which is 16. So a and b values we will replace in this one. So a is 1 and b is 6. So plus c is equal to 16. So c is equal to 16 minus 7, and c will be equal to 9. So a, b, c, we know that the quadratic sequence is what? Ax squared plus bx plus c. So it will be, a is 1, so x squared, and b is 6 plus 6x, and plus c is 9. So we can write this one, or we can write in square format, which is x plus 3 squared. And because we are using n, so instead of using x we will write n. So we'll write n plus 3 squared, and this is the explanation which I have given you also. Now we can go for the c, and if you check, this is 1 by 2, 1, 2, and 4. So we can write, what we can write, we can write this as 2 raised to the power minus 1, and this one we can write 2 raised to power 0, 2 raised to the power 1, and 2 raised to power 2. This will be 2 raised to power 3, which will be 8, and we can write 2 raised to the power n minus 2, n minus 2, because see, for the second term it is 0, so for the first term it is minus 1. So 2 raised power n minus 2. We are done with this 9-mark question. It was a heavy question which we have done. Now B part says y is directly proportional to 1 over x. So y is directly proportional to 1 over x. We can write 1 over x root. So y is equal to k over root x. Now we can use these values. They're saying x is equal to 36 when y is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 and this is 36 root. So k will be equal to 2 into 6, which is equal to 12. So k value is 12. So our equation will become y is equal to 12 over root x. This will be our equation which we found. They are saying find z in terms of x. So z is this one. We can take here z is directly proportional to y cube, and we can write z is equal to ky cubed, and ky cubed we can write basically this as we can write in another constant, like for example or even we can use k also. So y value is 12 over x under root, or we can write basically this one. They are saying y is equal to 2 when z is equal to 24. So these two values we will be replacing. So this is 24 is equal to k into 2 cubed, which is 8. So k will be equal to 24 over 8, which is equal to 3. So we got k value, or we can take it as k1, for example, to differentiate from the k which we have already taken. So this will be 3. So z will be equal to 3y cubed. And this is basically the relation which we got. Now we can combine these two because we need z in terms of x. So we can write z is equal to 3 and y cube is this one. So it will be 12 over root x, and this will be cubed, and this is equal to, we can take cube of this one. So 12 cubed, and this will be multiplied by 3 is equal to 5184 divided by x raised power, this root is 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 multiplied by 3 will be 3 by 2. So our answer will be 5184 over x raised to the power 3 by 2, and this was 4-mark question which we have done. Now we can go ahead with the next question, question number 10, which is tree diagram probability. Question number 10, fast trains and slow trains travel from city A to city B. 40% of the trains from city A to city B are fast trains. The probability that so 40% of are fast, it means the remaining will be 0.6. Remaining probability will be 0.6. So slow will be 0.6, and then the probability that a fast train arrives in the city B on time is 0.9. So this is 0.9. So remaining will be 0.1, and the probability that a slow train arrives in city B on time is 0.95. So this is 0.95 and this will be 0.05. Now Manula goes to the station in city A and takes the next train to city B and complete the tree diagram, so which we have already done, and completion is for 3 marks, which we have done. And then they're saying find the probability that Manula arrives in city B on time. On time will be, on time is this one and this one. So we will be taking two routes. One will be this route and the second route will be this one. So these two routes will be combining. So for this route it will be 0.4 into 0.9, and for this route it will be 0.6 into 0.95. and we will be adding these two values to get answer. So we will be adding the first value is 0.4 into 0.9 plus the second value is 0.6 into 0.95, and the calculator we will use for the simplification 0.4 into 0.9 multiply plus this will be 0.6 multiplication 0.95, and this will be giving us 0.93. 0.93 will be the probability for this one, which we can provide over here, 0.93, and this is 3-mark question which we have done. Now question number 11 is three-dimensional drawing which we have to understand. This is conceptual question. So note, this is basically they have provided us the detail that this is not to scale, and the diagram shows a solid triangular prism of length 20 centimeter. The cross section of the prism is triangle BCP and three faces are rectangle. So three faces are rectangle and two sides are triangle. PC is equal to 8, CP is equal to 5, and ADQ is equal to this one, which is 100. So these two angles, basically this one and this one, are 100. So this angle is also 100 degrees. Now what our task A is calculate the total surface area of the prism. Now to find the total surface area, we need the surface area of triangles, and surface area of triangles on the side basically. So we will find surface area of this side. To calculate this side, we have two sides but we don't have the third side. So basically we can find the area even if we don't have the third side. So we will write total surface area. Total surface area is equal to, first of all, we can write 2 into 2 triangle areas, which is basically area of this will be 1 by 2 into AB sine C. This is the formula which we'll be using. So it will be 1 by 2. AB is 5 into 8, 5 into 8, and sine of 100 degrees. This will be multiplied by 2 because we are taking two triangular areas, and the second triangular area is also highlighted. Hopefully you understood now which triangle areas we are taking. Now we can take the next one. Next area is 5 multiply by 20. 5 multiply by 20. Now which area we are taking? This is the area which is this length is 20 and height is 5. So we are taking this rectangular area, and this is only one side, so we are not multiplying this by 2. So this side is 5 and this side is 20, so we have multiplied 5 by 20 to get this. Now the next thing is what? Next thing is base. So base is 8 multiplied by 20, and base we will write 8 multiplied by 20, and this will be the base. Now remaining area is area of what? Area of A, B, P and Q. This is rectangle, but BP is slanting side, so we need to find the slanting side, and we need to find basically BP first, and to find BP we will apply cosine rule. So we will find BP. What I will do, I will reduce this one to readable size and move also here, and first I will find BP side. So BP is equal to cosine rule I'm applying. So directly we can write, otherwise I will write BP square is equal to one side square plus other side square plus 2 into one side into other side minus cos of angle, which is 100 degrees Celsius, not Celsius, 100 degrees. So BP will be equal to 8 squared plus 5 squared plus 2 into 8 into 5 minus cos of 100 degrees, and we will take root, and this will be equal to how much? This will be square root of 8 squared plus 5 squared, and this will be plus 2 into 8 into 5 and minus cos of, basically it should not be minus, this should be directly multiplied, not minus. So we will be writing here cos of 100, and this will be resulting to 8.66. Should not be plus, it should be minus here. Why we are doing mistake in cosine rule, I don't know. This should be minus, and this is basically, we can change this to minus, and this will be equal to 10.14. So 10.14, this will be in centimeters. This is slanting side BP. Now we can find area, which is basically BP multiplied by AB, which is 20. So we will write here, we will complete our this statement, and this statement is what we will add here, 10.14 multiplied by 20, and this is basically area. Now for your explanation, I'm writing, what is this? This is basically area of the triangle, two triangular areas. And what is this? This is area of CDQP, and this is area of the rectangle, which is area of ABCD, and this is area of ABPQ, ABPQ. This one I have written for your explanation so that you can understand better, because rest is all just calculation and simplification. So total surface area will be added. So this one will be, we can cancel this 2 with this 2, and this will be 5 into 8 will be 40. So 40 sine of 100 and bracket close, plus next is 5 into 20 will be 100, and plus 8 into 20 will be 160, plus in brackets we can write 10.14 multiplied by 20 bracket close, and this is resulting to 502.19, 502.19, and this will be centimeters squares, and we can provide basically rounded answer, which we can round to 502 centimeters square. So 502 centimeters square, and keep in mind this is 7 marks question which we are done with. Now B part 1 says, on the diagram of the prism draw two straight lines and mark angle PAC. To mark angle PAC, so we have to mark angle PAC. Which angle is PAC? We will identify PAC will be this one. I'm intentionally drawing a thicker line so that you can understand properly this one, and AC will be this one, AC. So this is AC. So PAC angle is basically this angle which we are looking for. Hopefully now you understood what is the angle. So we have drawn the lines, and the second part is angle APC is equal to 73.45. APC is 73 0.45. So this angle is 73.45. This angle is 73.45 degrees. This is what they have mentioned. Now we can find AC because this is rectangle and this is 90 degree. Base is rectangular base. ABC angle is 90 degrees. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem on triangle ABC, and we can find basically first of all AC side we can find. Now to find AC we will take 20 square plus 8 square. So AC will be equal to AB squared plus BC squared under root, and this one we can take, this will be 20 squared plus 8 squared under root, and we can use calculator for that one. It will be 20 squared plus 8 squared, and this is 4 root 29. 4 root 29, this one. 4 root 29 is which one? This length, 4 root of 29. Now in we have AC, we have PC in triangle APC, so we have one angle also. So AC over PC will be basically sine of theta. So we can write basically otherwise we can apply sine rule also. So sine rule, basically we require PAC angle, so we will directly apply sine rule. Opposite to a angle A is 5 centimeters, and we can write 4 under root 29. 4 root of 29, we are applying sine rule, will be equal to sine of 73.45, and this will be equal to 5 over sine of angle which is PAC, which is required, and we will write PAC, and this will be sine of PAC will be equal to 5 sine of 73.45 and divided by 4 root of 29. So this will be PAC, angle PAC will be equal to sine inverse of 5 sine of 73.45 divided by 4 root of 29, and this will be equal to, your calculator should be in degree mode for this question, that you will have to take care of, otherwise you will not be getting the proper answer. So this will be 4 5 and bracket close, over this will be 4 root of 29 and bracket close, and this is equal to 12.856, 12.856, or we can round it to 12.9 up to 3 significant figures or 1 dp. So this will be 12.9 degrees. This was a 4-mark question which we are done. We are done with the paper also. Hopefully you understood each and everything. And don't forget to subscribe the channel and press bell icon so that you will be getting notification for incoming videos. Recommend this channel to your friends and classmates and introduce this channel to your respected teachers. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.